Hello dear students, welcome back to another video session from Karim's Biology. In this session, we are going to talk about cytoplasm and cell organelles, and we are going to focus on the difference between protoplasm and cytoplasm. Okay, let us enter into the topic.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Dear students, do you remember that we have observed the onion peel cells under microscope? And what do you notice in them? We have noticed the cell wall, and we also located a nucleus which is conspicuous, right? But children, have you noticed that there is a region which is not well stained? Okay, it is not well stained, but it is enclosed by the cell membrane and cell wall. Okay, and it is not clearly seen because it has not taken stain, or it has taken very little stain. Whereas the cell wall is clearly visible because it has taken much of the stain, so it is appearing in violet color easily. So this is the fluid filled content inside the cell. This fluid filled content in the cell, which is enclosed by a plasma membrane and cell wall, this is called cytoplasm. Okay, and what are there in the cytoplasm? Cytoplasm contains many specialized cell organelles, right? So this is the animal cell over here, and this animal cell is enclosed by a membrane, and within the cell you can see this portion which is jelly like substance or fluid filled content. This is called cytoplasm. Okay, and what else can you see in this along with cytoplasm? Along with cytoplasm you can see some other structures, small organ like structures are visible here. They are called cell organelles. We will be discussing about what are cell organelles and what is their function within a couple of minutes. Cytoplasm versus protoplasm. Dear students, I told you that the fluid filled content in the cell is called cytoplasm. But do you know, children, that the fluid filled content is also called protoplasm? Yes. Actually, in the past it was called protoplasm, but nowadays we are calling it as cytoplasm simply. Of course, even the word protoplasm is used nowadays, but there is a slight difference between the word protoplasm and cytoplasm that we are going to learn now. First of all, let us know why it has been named as protoplasm. Because for a long time it was believed that the essence of life was stored in the fluid content inside the cell. Most of the people, they believed that this fluid filled content within the cell is responsible for life. Okay, as it is responsible for life, as they believed it is responsible for life, it has been named as protoplasm. But why did they believe that the fluid filled part is responsible for life? Because they believed that there are so many biochemical activities occurring within this fluid part. Hence they named that fluid filled part as protoplasm. But do you know, children, later it was discovered that the functioning of the cell is actually taking place in the other organs present within the cytoplasm called cell organelles. I told you that this fluid filled part in the cell has been named as protoplasm because they believed it is responsible for life. But later it was discovered that the functioning of the cell is actually taking place not within the fluid filled part, but within the specialized structures present in this fluid. Those specialized structures are called cell organelles, which we will be discussing in a couple of minutes. Okay, now do you think that the word protoplasm is correct to this fluid filled part? No, because the fluid filled part now contains different cell organelles, and each cell organelle is able to perform a different function which collectively responsible for life. That's the reason why protoplasm has been renamed. And another remarkable observation has taken place in the cells. What is that? Discovery of nucleus. You know, children, Robert Brown discovered a darkly stained part within the cytoplasm, and that is called nucleus. And nowadays we know that nucleus is covered with a membrane called nuclear membrane, and the contents of the nucleus are called nucleoplasm. Okay, and this nuclear membrane is separating the contents of the cell to that of the inner part of the nucleus called nucleoplasm. So that's the reason why the protoplasm has been renamed as cytoplasm, and the fluid content inside the nucleus has been named as nucleoplasm. So what is there in a cell? In a cell there is fluid filled part, and there is a nucleus. Within the nucleus again there is another material present that is called nucleoplasm. Now let me illustrate this concept with the help of a diagram here. This is the diagram. What do you see in this diagram? Again there is a cell, there is a fluid filled part within the cell, and there is a nucleus here. First let us see what is protoplasm. Protoplasm includes a cytoplasm plus nucleus of the cell. I told you previously they believed that the fluid filled part in the cell is called protoplasm. The fluid filled part along with nucleus is called protoplasm, right? So protoplasm include the nucleus. So in other words, entire fluid part of the cell has been named as protoplasm, whereas cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance between nucleus and cell membrane. So this is the nucleus, this is the cell membrane. This fluid filled part between the nucleus and cell membrane is called cytoplasm. Okay, so look here, cytoplasm does not include the nucleus. So we are excluding nucleus from this cytoplasm. That means if you exclude nucleus from the cytoplasm, the remaining fluid filled part is called cytoplasm. Okay children, that's about protoplasm and cytoplasm. Now let us try to understand what are these cell organelles. Cell organelles are the small organ-like structures present inside the cell. Children, do you know that we have organs in our body? We have organ systems in our body. We have eyes, we have ears, we have nose, we have liver, heart, stomach, intestine. Like that we have different parts in our body. And all these parts in our body, they are performing different functions which are collectively responsible for our survival. In the same way, within the cell, there are so many small organ-like structures present which are floating in the cytoplasm, and they are called cell organelles. Why are they called cell organelles? Because like we have organs in our body that are collectively performing functions, all these organelles in the cell also perform the same functions. For instance, we perform respiration with the help of our lungs. Within the cell, separate organs are there to perform respiration such as mitochondria. And in our body, blood is able to transport the substances. Within the cell, cell organelles such as endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for the transport of substances. Like that, there are very tiny or small in their size, submicroscopic, which are visible only under electron microscope. As they are very small, instead of calling them as organs, we call them as organelles. Okay, so that's about cell organelles. Cell organelles are important because they carry out very crucial functions in a cell. Okay, children, the work done by all these cell organelles, they are collectively responsible for the survival of a cell, because they carry some crucial functions, very important functions such as respiration, transportation, protein synthesis, preparation of some food material. All these things, they happen within the cell organelles. That's why they are very important for the survival of any cell and to the survival of any organism as a whole. Okay, now let us see some of the important cell organelles that are present in the cell. Most of the cell organelles, they are common in both plant cells and animal cells. So let us see some of them. First one is mitochondria. So this is mitochondria, which is responsible for the production of energy in the cell. And second one is plastids. These are plastids. They are responsible for photosynthesis and storage of food material in plants. And ribosomes, which are connected to protein synthesis. Endoplasmic reticulum, which is responsible for providing the framework to the cell and also for the transport of substances. Golgi complex, packing and modification of the proteins. Lysosomes are responsible for breakdown of the old cell organelles or worn out cell organelles and also for the protection. Vacuole is responsible for storing the water in the cell. Okay, so from my next session onwards, I will explain about all these cell organelles one by one. Okay students, that's all for today. I will meet you in my next session. Thank you.